Hello, hello, good friends. How do you do? It is time to revisit one of the teas that kind of got me more into tea again. And that is this, oh boy, Ao Mountain black tea. And I'm gonna end up doing a megasode on this tea. I'll zoom out here for a second. Bear with me. I don't want to overbrew this. Boiling water. Eyeballed the tea in the pot. I gotta smell this right now. Rosewood and savory cinnamon. There's that, I can't smell it yet, but I know there's going to be that Yunnan earthy, spicy character with this tea specifically. And yeah, this is one of my favorite teas. So because of that, I actually I got 100 grams here. Let me see if I can get, and I have some from 2013. I have a chunk of a raw cake made by Yunnan sourcing of this material. And I also have the 2025 white. So next episode, I'm going to do a big comparison, or an episode coming up soon, of these 4 Ao Mountain teas of varying ages and processing styles. It'll be interesting to see, hey, is there some through line, right? Is there something about this profile that I can detect across processing styles? It's just kind of a fun thing to do. Cheerio. Kind of almost like a corn nut savory thing. Round and acorn. Soft fruit notes, but that turn back into that bitter soil. Wonderful viscosity, kind of a 6.5, a 10. Where 5 is like normal. Hints of kind of a dark mineral note. So much here, and yet so cozy and easy to drink. Good way gone. This tea for me is really one of my favorites. I don't do like rating systems too much, but this would be in like the 8s of 10 for me. Where a 7 would be average, or like fine. 6 is fine, kind of meh. 7 is average, and 8 is really, really, really quite lovely. And then like a 9 is just, kind of exceptional. Just do teas go to 10? I don't know. Just my so perfumey, more fruit now, a bit more darker stone fruit. Figure this out. Nutty. Just make this into cookies. So good. So I almost contemplated this episode doing a Oriental Beauty in I allow Shan, or this black tea, I allow black tea comparison, because I think they have a lot of similarities. This one though, and again, this is kind of off of recollection. I'm not live drinking both of them right now, but this one to me has more of the Yunnan dark soil character, darker flavors, a bit more spicy mineral soil notes, kind of bassy notes. Hard to describe that other than just kind of like literally tastes like there's just a hint of slight black pepper or cayenne, just slight amount of a kind of a heat thing. It's not a texture mouthfeel thing at all. It's just a little bit of a spice that reminds me of kind of desert soil type stuff. But again, not Arizona desert soil, Yunnan. But I've never been to Yunnan, so I don't know. Yunnan's desert. So anyway. Fattier, more viscous, rounder. Really nice. Coats the whole mouth. Really lovely sweetness coming. Zero bitterness. No astringency. And almost a smoke kind of a flavor. It's a little bit of that bassiness, you know, almost just like lightly smoked, but it's just very subtle. Love that this is so active, steeping to steeping. More mid notes and much sweeter now. Really kind of saccharine sweet. Again, getting a little bit of the kind of corn sweetness to start, but that for me dies off. Some Yunnan blacks for me kind of just ring that corn sweetness, and it's a little I don't know. This has hints of barley, and then also so hints of barley, hints of some corn sweetness, and then also some kind of fruity sweetness. Really lovely. One of these teas that is a really elevated daily drinker for me, just because I enjoy it so much. A great tea for family, a great tea for a new tea drinker. I think these flavors are really approachable, but this profile is pretty specific, maybe? Not, I don't know. It doesn't taste like average black tea to me flavor. And so I think this would be a cool tea to include in. So, you know, you're introducing someone to tea. Hey, they start to like those black teas that you're offering, and then you can, within black tea, give them a little bit more variety and maybe surprise them a little bit in what they prefer. And that might branch out to other flavors. Again, this would bridge immediately to Oriental Beauty, in my opinion. And then, hey, maybe that might mean some semi-oxidized and or roasted oolong start to come into play. Nose on this is really just equally as enjoyable. So perfumey. Yeah, maybe. So in the 8 range, this would be like in the upper 8 range for me. Really, really nice. Cheers. Losing its steam now. Then we're going to stop it here. I think if I were doing this not on a normal episode, I would have stopped before this sip. I think for these kind of teas, and my preference these days, as well as with literally just the stash that I have, 3 steepings for white tea, green tea, and black tea is more than enough at that point, or rather, is sufficient. Of course, in the comments, absolutely roast me for that one session you had like 9 steepings. And like white teas, yes, white teas can get pushed. Of course, certain black teas can get pushed. You can do all sorts of stuff with. So of course there are exceptions, but in general, pretty easy to tell immediately if that's going to be an exception versus kind of the rule. This is more of the rule. Beautiful steepings 1 through 3. Don't rinse this one. Hashtag. Only rinse. Still nice. Definitely if I return to this an hour later and had this, I would enjoy it, but the really thick, viscous mouthfeel of it's gone, and a lot of the kind of 211 bold middle notes are really lacking. Kind of more of a 7 of 10. Well, yeah, 7 of 10 now. In terms of just its intensity. Pick this one up, everybody. This is just going to be a fairly full-throated recommendation on this black tea from my palate, at least. Really enjoy it. Great casual drinking for me. And I'm excited to bring on the white tea variety of this one. And probably do a separate episode comparing those two. I don't know. I don't have enough. I've been doing bigger episodes, but they're too far in advance for me to get feedback from you folks about whether you like the 45-minute huge comparison episode, or if you want things to be kind of like, hey, 4 minutes, boom, short, bam. Or if you know, and I'm sure there's plenty of preferences out there. Let me know in the comments. Doing all 4 at once would be a lot. The white tea and black tea I've already had a comparison of before, and I thought it was interesting. So that might just be its own thing. I don't know. I think the black teas of different ages comparison is certainly an episode. But then how do I place this stinking thing? Let's take a look at this real fast. This is 12 years old. I have picked up some age. Well, fun. I've been trying again, everybody, to try to kind of do more interesting comparisons and things like that on the main show, and or on the in between episodes a bit more if I can. It's hard to get. I want to be filming as much as possible, so not every session is going to be some mega session. But I will say, I still have more and more tea to drink. It's kind of never ending. Thanks for tuning in on episode 82. Wow, that's loud. Sorry about that. 82 with me. You know, hey, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, probably have a mental illness at this point, because we're too far along in our relationship. I think it's called parasocial relationship, to not have subscribed. And yeah, I'm gonna have to talk about it later. Okay, just kidding. Wish everyone's mental health to be exceptional. And okay, tea time is over. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.